We are back on the Ultimate Seattle Sports Show. A lot of buzz around the majors as the trade deadline has come and gone. The Mariners make a deal with the Orioles, trading for outfielder Taylor Ward. AJ Gersh covers the Orioles, and he joins us now from Baltimore. And AJ, first of all, thank you for coming on today. What can the Mariners fans expect from Ward?
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on. Taylor Ward is a guy who is kind of a unicorn, at least was this year in the Orioles lineup. It was very interesting. The Orioles traded pretty much 1-for-1 in the offseason. Grayson Rodriguez, who was formerly the top pitching prospect in all of baseball, for Taylor Ward. Now, obviously, Rodriguez has had his struggles down in Anaheim with the LA Angels this season, but Taylor Ward has been a guy who has been really, really consistent, especially with the walks. The dude has plate discipline like the Orioles hadn't seen elsewhere in the lineup this year. His on-base percentage nearing 400. Now, the power, he had 35-plus home runs last year. They kind of traded for him expecting for him to be that right-handed pop hitter. That hasn't really shown up so far, just 7 home runs this season. But obviously, you know what he's capable of doing in terms of the power. What has really impressed me so far, at least at the plate for Taylor Ward, has been his ability to take pitches. Sometimes he takes too many pitches, but he walks.
Hey, AJ, let's talk a little bit. You mentioned the upside, gets on base, downside a little, power is down a little bit, but just Taylor is going to be speaking with the media a little bit later on today. For Mariner fans, it seems like, and I love your thoughts on this, he's going to make this team better. Do you feel that as well?
Definitely. I think Taylor Ward can enter any lineup as a starter and make their team better. I think the qualm that Orioles fans would have about him is, yeah, his patience has allowed him to get on base, but sometimes he's just looked at fastballs right down the middle and hitters' counts. Now, manager Craig Albertaz here in Baltimore has praised him for his ability to look at a strike and a pitch that he doesn't want to be a pitch that he hits. But a lot of people will say maybe he should be swinging at those, but probably the reason why his power is down is he's letting four-seamers, 92-mile-an-hour four-seamers right across the plate. Just look at him. But when you insert him into a team like the Mariners, at the plate especially, with that sort of discipline, with his ability to get on base, he makes anyone better. Like you say, he's been a double machine this year, which is, you know, when a guy who has a history of hitting a lot of home runs has a down year with the home runs, normally their doubles are up. His walk rate is awesome. Obviously, whiff rate, pretty solid as well. But heading into the Mariners lineup, people are going to like what they see, I think, out of Taylor Ward.
I like that. Hey, the Orioles start the day 2.5 games out of the final wild card spot, AJ. Did it surprise you they were sellers at the trade deadline?
It was really interesting, right? The Orioles general manager, or actually now president of baseball operations, Mike Elias, last week on Friday joined us in the dugout and basically said, we're not going to be buyers or sellers. We're still in this thing. Well, the weekend played out the way that it did for the Orioles, which was a series loss against the Phillies, and very quickly things changed. Orioles fans are kind of shocked that they traded Adley Rutschman in division to the Red Sox, who are obviously the team that they're chasing right above them in the standings as well. You're giving up Rutschman. You get a haul back. But it's obviously disappointing for Orioles fans considering they tanked their butt off to get the #1 overall pick, to get Adley Rutschman. They built this new resurgent Orioles around him, and then you ship him off to an in-division rival. A little bit disappointing considering this is how it played out to go. His injury history has definitely played a role in that, but everyone sees the haul that you get in return. Anthony Ianson, one of the top pitching prospects in all of baseball, a good chunk of the Red Sox top prospects as well. So anytime you trade someone in division, you got to be getting a haul back to make them equally worse. And that is, in effect, what really ended up happening between the Orioles and Red Sox yesterday.
Yeah, it was a big haul, but a big surprise. Adley, a favorite here in the Pacific Northwest as well. Grew up in the Portland area, played at Oregon State. A lot of fans here. Hey, when you look at the standings, Baltimore in that hunt for the wild card. We mentioned that, but the AL East seems to be a three-horse race right now between the Rays, the Yankees, and the Red Sox, who have got hot. Who do you think wins this division?
Well, I think that if you've watched any Red Sox baseball the last month, they are one of the most exciting teams in the league. And it seems like they can't lose for the life of them. And so, going out there, beating the Dodgers as well, I want to say that the Red Sox will be able to catch up to the Yankees sooner than later, and then probably the Rays as well. So adding Adley Rutschman only adds to a lineup that's already been formidable. I would say right now, just based on the eye check, I think the Red Sox are on the up and up and probably will make a move towards challenging the Rays for the division title as well.
They are one of the great stories in baseball this year, for sure. The way they canned Alex Cora back in April and just rallied since then. They've been fun to watch. How about the AL West? Astros lead the Mariners and Rangers by 2.5 games. Who do you think wins this division, and will one of those other teams maybe get a wild card?
Well, what's interesting about the wild card race is that everybody's in it, the Orioles included, even after selling. But the Mariners certainly are right there. I think that, obviously, you guys know better than anyone. It's been a disappointing year for Seattle. But even in a disappointing year, you're still only 3 games under 500, 2 games back of the final wild card spot. And so really, it's anyone's game right now. Houston obviously has the playoff success and the history of the playoff success, but with the Mariners being right there in it, I think, especially in this crowded wild card race, any of those teams, if you just put on a 1 to 2 week stint where you win a few series in a row, maybe a couple sweeps in there, you establish yourself as that third wild card team, and then you're off to the races.
Yeah, as we just mentioned in the previous segment, though, AJ, they're just going to have to survive, hold serve in August. They got the Yankees, they've got the Red Sox, the Brewers, the Cubs. It's not going to be easy. Got to have a little fun with you, AJ. We know you worked with our producer, Dusty Baker, back in Abilene, Texas. TV market size 167. I didn't know they went that low. Dusty wants to know if you prefer Baltimore or that first beautiful market of Abilene.
Well, let me tell you something. I grew up in Baltimore. I'm from here, born and raised, so it's hard to say no to Baltimore on that question. But anyone who's been to Abilene, Texas, will tell you there's a little bit more than tumbleweeds down there and oil fields down there. We got, we had some fun. We made do, but that's what you got to do when you're in television market 167. And all of our TV buddies were entirely grateful to formulate an awesome cohort down there, and Dusty just being one of those who obviously is a major success story being up there in Seattle. Hey, there he is.
What's going on, man? No, we have a throwback time. Of course, looking back in Abilene, AJ, it was quite the ride out there, to say the least. Had a lot of great coverage, though, man.
Listen, they send you out. I will tell you something about Abilene sports. It is the largest physical television demo. So what I mean by that is pure land mileage.
A lot of driving.
So we have football teams an hour and 45 minutes away from the station playing 6-man football, 6-on-6. We would drive an hour 40 minutes from the station to that game, get a touchdown from each team, drive back, and then have it in the Friday night highlights later on in the evening.
And they live and die with these teams, by the way. So, a lot of days that we spend out there, AJ, and a lot of time in the car as well, man. But I'm very proud of you and what you're doing out there. And of course, we have a little heart for the big country, as they call it.
Well, it's made you two better. And AJ, I do have to ask, because when my brother worked in D.C., I would travel back East Coast, and I'd go to a lot of Baltimore games. And they were playing, I thought, John Denver during the 7th inning stretch. So, I mean, John Denver became big with the U.S. men's national soccer team, but that's nothing new for the Birds fans, right? You guys have been doing that for a while, playing John Denver.
Absolutely. Thank God I'm a country boy. It's been a seventh inning stretch staple at Camden Yards my entire life. I want to say it goes back to Memorial Stadium as well prior to. But if you look up, if you go to Camden Yards into an Orioles game, during the seventh inning stretch, everyone's singing, "Thank God I'm a country boy." You look up to the club section, just to the right of the press box, you'll see an orange fiddle hanging on the wall, and that is in honor of an usher who has sadly passed away, but he pretty much made that a staple, dressing up as a country boy, playing the orange fiddle, and he kind of acted as kind of like the guy that everyone rallied around when the Orioles needed it in the seventh inning, which in my lifetime has been a lot.
I love it. Good stuff.
Yeah, not only some insight on Taylor Ward, but a lot of insight on the Baltimore Orioles, a little tradition back there. AJ, appreciate your time. Thanks for all the Orioles chat, the Mariners chat, and hopefully we'll catch up with you later on.